We're so happy you're all here. You ready? Yeah? Okay. Greetings, everyone. I know you want to get something to drink, but while you're waiting in line, maybe we could have your attention. We would so love that, and you can keep waiting in line because you're going to have to wait in line anyway, so just turn around, give us some attention in the meantime. Okay, introducing my colleague and fellow board member, River Black.
Hello. So I'm excited to do a pretty cool thing that the MAC started doing, which is a land acknowledgement. So before every board meeting, we like to just acknowledge the Native peoples that were here before us and with us currently. And our land acknowledgement says, the MAC acknowledges that we operate on the occupied lands of the people that European settlers call Pomo, Wapo, and Miwok, who have been here since time immemorial. We stand in solidarity with Indigenous peoples of Lake County, who are the past, present, and future stewards of this land.
Yay. Thank you, River. And thank you to the people who have been here for forever, for welcoming us to still be here. Okay, so I would like to start by welcoming you all here. Thank you for coming. As you know, this has been quite an extraordinary sort of thing. The fact that the MAC was able to come together and to serve so many people and to thrive despite the Valley Fire in particular. So, the MAC has its seeds in the EcoArts Sculpture Walk. And could Karen and John please raise their hands? Girls, one each. Okay, that's Karen and John. And then EcoArts was a partnership with the County of Lake, and if there's anybody here from the County of Lake from back in 2003 when EcoArts first started, you could raise your hand, but guess what? Rolf Cricken was on the board of EcoArts. So Rolf, would you raise your hand, please? And Rolf is also an artist who exhibits with us from time to time, and he's one of the most outstanding artists in Lake County, I must say. His work is extremely moving. When Karen was ready to retire from her position in 2013, I stepped in and I became the basically president of what was then EcoArts. This is the nonprofit which is the basis of Middletown Art Center. And Middletown Art Center was founded to fulfill a need locally to provide a place where people could create art, teach art, and exhibit art. And it was kind of a need that we all felt, all of the artists who had been showing at the park, but it sort of got spurred forward by mothers at Lake County International Charter School. I don't see any of them here. That would be Laura Kennedy, who's not a mother, but she's a teaching artist, and Amy Reed, and Renata Jaworska, among others. Oh, Michelle Gahn. Very, very principled to this. And we looked for a place where we could do things. We looked and we looked and we looked, and in the end it was here. This was going to be the best place because it was centrally located, it was large, and it had enough room for in the front and the back. And as Gail Wright will tell you, and Millie Simon, and some other people who've been here for a very long time, this place used to be the community gymnasium. They used to play basketball here. They used to have auctions here, right, Gail? Okay, and so we transformed this place into a community space around the arts and culture. We revitalized it, basically. And Renata Jaworska, John Hansis, Soraya Reeser, and Christina Duval and Francesco Cafisco all helped to open this spot up and get it up and running. And we also were blessed by Stephen Herbert Painting, who painted the building he did some touch up on the parapet, and he came inside and made everything white for us. He painted everything white. And also Mario, tell me his last name, Charlie, help me. Mario Richter painting also helped us with the floor. So if either of those people are here, which I don't see them, then I want them to also know how much we appreciate it. Okay, pretty soon after we opened, it's important to note that the day that we opened, about 200 people were here. So there was a need, and that need was being filled by the Middletown Art Center. And the first exhibit we had was called Premiere, and it featured the work of the founding artists. Pretty soon we started doing exhibits. By the time September rolled around, which we all know what happened in September, we had already done 4 exhibits. And Karen Turcott, again, and Alana, will you please raise your hand? Please give Alana a flower. Okay, Alana Clear Lake joined the curatorial team. And we started curating exhibit after exhibit. And then the Valley Fire happened in September. It changed everything. But the Lake County Wine Alliance, I should note that half of the board members at the time, 9 out of 10 of the board members lost their homes, and half of the membership lost their homes, half of the artist membership. And I'm not going to ask those who are here to raise their hand because it's really a very painful experience to talk about and to think about. But half of our artist members lost their homes and studios at the time, and that was 30 people strong. So that's a lot. Everything changed. For those of you who don't live in Middletown, you can't know how much everything changed. But we got up and we started moving. We started offering classes. They were for free or low cost. And we got help from the Lake County Rotary. So Kathy, would you please raise your hand? Kathy? So over there, Kathy Crothers. Okay. We got help from the Lake County Rotary and from the Lake County wine grape industry. I don't believe that there's anybody here representing the wine grape industry today. That is the board. I think that Rob Brown might come a little later, but they also stepped in and they gave us money, which helped us to, knowing that this place had the potential to become a center for the arts and culture that would help revitalize our community. They contributed money, which helped us with the lights, helped us with this beautiful sculpture over here, helped us with some of our technology, helped us with renovations, and then the Middletown Luncheon Club stepped in too. Would Beth, would you please raise your hand? Okay, the Middletown Luncheon Club stepped in to help us. Okay. And then pretty soon, Fairlight Algren, would you please raise your hand? Said, we need to do something to keep this community happy. Can we collaborate on doing First Fridays art walks here on Fridays? And as most of you know, the tradition has continued until today. So that's what, 5 years, Fairlight, that we've been doing this, 5-6 years, and that was a collaboration between the Middletown Merchants Association, the Phoenix Rising, and the Middletown Farmers Market, and the MAC, and the center was here. Prior to the Valley Fire, different people joined our board, including Kay Ashley, Janice Irwin, and Elaine Watson. Elaine Watts, I don't believe that any of them are here today, but I know that some of you might be there on Zoom, so know that we recognize you and send you virtual flowers. Soon after that, so many of us had lost our homes that that board actually kind of fell apart. Some of the people left the area. So we created a new board, and that new board include, I have to remember, Leah Finley and John Jensen, or Leah and John Finley Jensen. It included Julie Adams from Harbin, still Elaine Watt. Pretty soon Vince Black joined. I don't know that any of these people are here, but if we were to put flowers for each of them, then the symbol of what I'm trying to get at would be very clear. Soon after that, first of all, we were showing about 20 to 30 artists per show because we were really the only place that was doing contemporary art curated exhibits. And so we kept on being able to show that kind of work, and we were doing at first 7 exhibits a year. Well, Nicholas Hay got on the board, and he told me to please slow down. So I did, in time. It took a while. But Nicholas Hay got on the board, Shane Powers was on the board, David Sharon was on the board, and they joined together with me and my beautiful, fabulous friends, John and Karen, and each of us took different parts, and we wrote the first fire recovery grant, Resilience, which we received from the California Arts Council, and that began a series of fire recovery grants that we were able to get from the California Arts Council, from the National Endowment from the Arts, for, thank you. It is very big, and Melissa Kinsell over there helped. Please raise your hand. Okay, she needs a flower. Okay, and the Rural Arts Initiative was one of our partners, so Martha, please raise your hand. Right over there, Martha, she needs a flower. I'm trying to see who else is here that maybe needs a flower from that time. Okay, we also have support from Calpine regularly, from the County of Lake regularly, at least with advertising and general approval. Georgina Marie, our wonderful poet laureate, championed our poetry books. She and Casey Carney championed the poetry books together with Brenda Yeager, the second one. And so basically, could Georgina please get a flower? Okay, now we have a different board and we have different helpers. Okay, and the board is going to be introduced later, but for the purpose of this little project, I would like to hand out flowers to them. So River could get a flower. Okay, wait a second. I digress. Where are Kathleen and Graham? Where are Kathleen and Graham? I don't see them. They're over there. The dynamic duo that actually supported us through this whole thing. Okay, Graham was on the board for a very long time. Very, very long time. Hi, Graham. Okay, and Kathleen is a nonprofit professional, and she supported us in learning how to do this, how to raise money, how to even what to think about when we write grants, what to think about when we write budgets, what to think about when we do planning. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Also, Julie Crease, please raise your hand, and Sage Abella, who is not here. And also Shirley, is that Shirley walking over there? Shirley, I can't remember her last name at the moment. You'll have to forgive me. They all came and did free art classes right after the Valley Fire. Okay, before we got our grants, they were doing free art classes. These are people whose houses didn't burn, helping out the people whose houses burned by offering free arts classes for the people to process their pain and their grief and their trauma. It was awesome. And then as the money came in, we were able to support our teachers, and we were able to recruit more teachers to join us. So anyway, I would like to also thank Sabrina Klein-Clement, who is going to be speaking in a little bit. Sabrina, could you please raise your hand? Okay, Sabrina came to us more recently, and Sabrina has also been an amazing force of growth and development and guiding us in terms of our professional development as a nonprofit. I would also like to thank Gloria Cox and Bridget Sola-Marsh, who held the fort for 5 years through the AARP program. We didn't pay for them. They were seniors to work project, part of a seniors to work project, and that too. It's like every person. Gloria, could you please raise your hand? Every person who I'm pointing to now, and there's so many who aren't here whose names I mentioned, has been part of what has made the MAC possible. It's a team effort, folks. It's a village effort. So with that, could our current board members raise your hands? You'll be introduced later, but I want to give you flowers. So Amanda Martin, our current president. River Black, who did the land acknowledgement. Michael Chandler, and Zabdi Naria, and Charlie McLaughlin. Charlie can raise his hand too. And I have a sidekick named Jackie. Jackie, if you could poke your head out and raise your hand. There's Jackie over there. She was brought to us with the courtesy of one of the grants we received from the whole CARES Act thing. That's how we were able to afford Jackie, which is very important because Bridget and Gloria were not able to work during the pandemic, the height of the pandemic. Mark Nichols, please raise your hand. Is Darina with you? Mark gets 2 flowers. He and Darina is an awesome, awesome volunteer and co-curator, and also they made this bench. Okay, and Stan Archaki, could you please raise your hand? Where's Stan? Are you there? Okay, Stan also has helped us with numerous projects, particularly the one up on Rabbit Hill. The Lake County Land Trust and the County of Lake, the Rural Arts Initiative, Calpine. Moke Simon of late has been a great help. Michelle Scully has been a great help. There are so many people, and I'm really nervous, and so I can't actually tell you guys everybody who it is, because this has been a real adventure putting this evening together for you. We are recently joined in our team also by Nicola Chips, please raise your hand, by the marvelous Clovis Lewis and wise Clovis Lewis, please raise your hand, by the wise Millie Simon, please raise your hand, Millie, and receive a flower, by Gloria Scott, who is not here yet, but she's coming, and by Victor Hall. Victor, please raise your hand. Chia, please raise your hand. Chia Lichtendahl, she's right there. And last but not least, because I do know I forgot, oh, Mary Wilson is on our board too, she's not here. Thank you to all of the artists who've helped to make this place and the exhibits that we put in it so awesome. And thank you to my husband, Paul Blue Verhey, and my son, Ami, who have put up with the intensity of holding this all together over the past six plus, now in our 7th year, for this whole time. Oh my God, you guys, I feel so sorry for you. But thank you so much. They need flowers. Please raise your hands. Okay, so then I would like you all to just look around for a moment and see how many flowers there are, and note that so many people aren't here at the moment, and also know that every single person who is a member has helped to support this place. Okay, and you have supported us in larger ways and smaller ways, members and donors, and it is necessary because for every grant we have to have matches or we can't get the grant. So you make it possible for us to get the grants that support this whole thing. So please continue to give, it's so important. We need your support desperately. Well, we're not desperate, but if it doesn't come in, we will be desperate. So just bring it, it's vitally, it's essential. And with that, I'm going to turn over the mic to my sister from another mother, Karen Turcott.
I'm bringing John.
And John Williams, the magnificent duo that brought you EcoArts, without whom, oh my gosh, can you imagine?
She is my sister from another mother. We fight, we cajole, we push, we pull, and Lisa has managed to do the most amazing things. So I'm here to just say thank you from the bottom of my heart, because back in 2003, my husband and I became aware of Lake County and its beautiful natural resources. And at the time we were living in the city, and we would come up on weekends, and I would start making environmental art because I was very influenced at the time by an artist named Andy Goldsworthy, and I'm sure that that means something to a few people here. So this environmental art, I started making what I considered to be some really good stuff. So, you know, the old artist ego. So I get a hold of the Arts Council and I say, hey, I'm here, I'm making this stuff, I show in San Francisco, where can I show here? And they said, well, there is no place for sculpture, which just floored me. So with the cooperation of the County of Lake, of the Arts, the Public Works Department, Kim Kleinmeyer and Kelly Cox most especially, and Ed Roby, who was a supervisor here, together they produced 3 separate venues for John and I to start a sculpture walk. And the venue that most appealed to us, was closest to our place on Cobb, was the Middletown County Trailside Park. Thank you, darling. And the rest was just amazing. We were given that park within about 2 months' time, and to come up with a sculpture walk, of which we had the very first year 11 pieces. 11 pieces that people thought that, you know, who is this crazy woman who gets to put all this crap in a park? And the idea, of course, was to let people know for the following year that there was this opportunity, this great artistic outdoor venue that we could create together. And as I look around beyond all the flowered people, there are artists here, Judy and Karen, and lots of other people in this room that were original eco artists from all those years ago. And from the bottom of my heart, I love you. I just love you. And so it came. Some years were good, some years were stronger, some years were less strong. The point was we created a locus and a focus for artists to come together, knew we needed to do a nonprofit, created EcoArts of Lake County, of which my husband got us the nonprofit in 11 days. 11 days, unheard of. And from that nonprofit, we slowly grew. We created an independent film festival for a number of years. I don't know if any of you ever attended Coyote, but it was just awesome. Thank you. So then Lisa, you know, Lisa's now one of the cadre of artists in the park who are producing killer work year after year. It's just And I told her that I was burned, it was time to let it go, and she came up and took it over, and she took my dream of an art center as well, and she just kept it as her own and close to her heart, and created this amazing thing. And it truly is all about you guys and how fabulous you are. You understand the importance of the arts. The arts, when we first came here, it was all sports. Sports is great, but sports is not for everybody. I know art turned my world around, and I'm sure that we have affected people in those sculpture walks, in this gallery, through those classrooms, and that is something that is just probably the biggest gift a person could ever ask for. So enough of this. I just hope you all continue to embrace the Art Center. Please donate, please volunteer, please help keep this whole idea of the arts living in Middletown. This is the best place in the entire county for contemporary art, and we want to keep it going. So thanks to all of you, and thanks to my husband, who without there wouldn't be anything. Thank you. All right, enough of that.
Thank you, Lisa.
Lisa says she's tired of talking, so I said I'd introduce myself, and she already introduced me anyway. She told you my name is Sabrina Klein. I am a recent full-time transplant to Lake County. We've been coming up here for lots of every summers for many years, and my in-laws for 30 years before that. And when I found myself suddenly living here during the time of COVID without a home for the arts, because I had lived in the Bay Area for the last 30 years. I had worked at Cal Performances, I ran the Julia Morgan Center for the Arts, I was on the board of half a dozen arts organizations. The arts are sort of my heartbeat. And by the time we got all settled in here and realized, yeah, we're really going to live here, this is our new home, I panicked. Where's my arts home going to be? And like a kind of spiritual response, next door posted an opportunity to volunteer with the Middletown Art Center. I had no idea what I was getting into. I hadn't met Lisa. I hadn't met board president Amanda Martin yet. I hadn't come to the gallery even. And I got sucked in by sheer energy. And then, because of the wonderful work done here, I met these musicians, Victor and Clovis and Gloria, and I got pulled into a social justice project, Sounds of Liberation. I knew the acronym and I didn't want to say it. Sounds of Liberation, which if you haven't heard about it, take a look at it on the website and join us for our next conversation about race and music in Lake County. It's not a conversation I imagined possible for me to participate in when I moved to Lake County. And I have to thank both of you for helping make that possible. I did not know what was on offer here. I knew about the beauty. I knew about the warmth and generosity of my neighbors. I did not know about this creativity, this generosity of spirit, and this call to expressive creativity as a healing and community locus. I feel so lucky to be here and to be a volunteer. I have my volunteer badge somewhere, but so thank you all for making it possible for me to find my arts home here, and I hope you all have found your arts home here too. I'm really grateful. For me, the arts are essential as essential as a fire department, as essential as free libraries and public parks. It is a place where we hear each other's voices. It's a place where we can see ourselves reflected, but also hear the voices of others that might not come our way normally. We get to hear in a different language, the language of song, the language of gesture, the language of color and shape. Things that I can't imagine in my own head, I get to experience out of someone else's head. So the arts for me are all about free speech, gathering, freedom of assembly, how we learn to be who we are in community with others. So it's not a casual thing for me, and therefore I am not casual. I'm very passionate about the power of board members. Now, arts nonprofits cannot exist without board members. Board members hold an arts nonprofit in trust for the community. It's their job to make sure that the organization stays connected, follows its mission, and can carry out. The reason they're tax exempt is because the community has said, we'll not ask you to pay taxes because we know what you're going to give us is worth more than what you would pay in taxes. That's what the tax exempt status actually says from the community. And the nonprofit board holds that as a sacred trust. So I'm going to turn this over to one of the most extraordinary board presidents I've ever worked with. Amanda Martin conceived of today, and she, as a representative of the younger generation, inspires me with great hope for the future of nonprofit and business working together in Lake County. So Amanda, thank you for making it possible for me to be here, and I'm going to let her take over and introduce the other board members.
Thank you so much, Sabrina, for that warm welcome. As she said, my name is Amanda Martin, and I get to serve as the board president here at MAC. So we've been hearing a lot about MAC, and this is because this is our 7-year celebration. And it's also the marking moment of MAC for Lake County. So you're going to hear more about this later at 6:15, but I just wanted to drop in and give us some orientation to the event. So inside we have a silent auction, which I hope everyone has checked out. We have some really incredible things. And raise your hand if you've been in the small gallery and you know what I'm talking about by the interactive light exhibit. Okay, if your hand isn't raised, you need to go into the small gallery. It's so much fun. There's an interactive LED light exhibit that's triggered by motion and sound. Now, the next part of the program that we're going to get into this is really important. This is about our partners here in Mac for Lake County. So we're going to be playing some clips we have the Lake County Arts Council and Barbara Clark. We also have the Lake County Office of Education, and I know we have Brock over here in the corner. We'll also have him on the screen. And we'll have the Art House Gallery in Clear Lake. Also streaming in for these clips. So you're welcome to watch them. They'll be playing here on this monitor. And you're also welcome to disperse again, go back inside, fill out some silent auction forms, and then buy raffle tickets. And then we're going to meet back here at 6:15 for some really exciting speakers who are going to tell us something about the vision of art and its potential to grow Lake County. So thank you very much. Without further ado, we will start playing the clips, and we are grateful for our partner. Back here at 6:15.
Hi, I'm Brock Faulkner. As the County Superintendent of Schools, I value integrating the arts into student learning to foster creativity, deeper thinking, and greater engagement. The Lake County Office of Education strives to support curriculum that drives student inquiry, joyful learning, and high-quality instruction. We believe that integrating the arts supports that goal. We are currently participating in a multi-county grant that offers teacher training in the practice of arts integration, supports teacher collaboration with community artists, and offers ongoing support to sustain that effort. I welcome the work of Dana Adams, a learning support specialist, to grow the implementation of arts integration across the county. Dana will continue to collaborate with arts institutions around the region to support the integration of arts into instruction by leveraging the arts community that thrives in beautiful and dynamic Lake County.
Hi, my name is Dana Adams, and I'm the Lake County Office of Education Arts Integration Coordinator. My friend and fellow arts educator Mariah Landers wrote, "There's a big, wide, wonderful world of teaching in and through the arts to deepen critical thinking, collaboration, communication, and creativity." This is so true. When you can engage in learning with excitement, it can open a world of new discoveries and new ideas. The arts gives this opportunity to students. It offers a platform for inquiry, engagement, critical thinking, and self-discovery. The arts empowers students to articulate their learning no matter what content is being addressed. Integrating arts into teaching and learning creates a process-centered focus on learning, while also making students' learning visible. Students become owners of their learning process, deepening engagement and making learning more meaningful. Students who have the opportunity to demonstrate their learning through art making are deepening their understanding of the content through creative inquiry. By incorporating the arts into teaching and learning, it naturally promotes this process. Students are connected to the material as opposed to being handed the material to regurgitate without being engaged or interested, or sometimes even understanding it. Artists are naturally demonstrating this process. Just look at Maya Lin, sculptor and architect famous for the Vietnam Memorial. She uses inquiry and research to drive her work, making it an impactful experience for those who view it across the world. Her recent piece in New York, Ghost Forest, is an example of bringing research, inquiry, and critical thinking into artwork to present information on climate change. This is what we want to bring to our students, a process for them to understand content, engage, and want to know more, and then be able to show their learning in a way that is meaningful for them. Arts integration is a research-based process of creating enriched learning experiences in all disciplines, and it is an essential component to learning. Thank you.
Happy 7th year, Mac. I'm so excited to see how far you've come, and I'm even more excited to see where we're going. My name is Barbara Clark. I'm the Executive Director of the Lake County Arts Council. We have the Main Street Gallery in Lakeport and the Sober East in Lakeport. And we also run several programs throughout the county. I've been very fortunate to work with the MAC on several programs throughout the last 3-4 years since I've been here. And it's such a joy to see how our relationship has grown and how we've been able to not only help each other, but help the county as a whole. Lake County is full of beautiful and energetic artists. We have so many people here that can make, see, and appreciate art and appreciate beauty. And I really feel like when we work together and collaborate, we truly can get the best out of everyone and get everyone forward. The MAC and the Arts Council work together on creating the Lake County Arts Consortium. The consortium works with any artist in Lake County that's willing, and we work on trying to uncover and discover all of these artists that are hidden throughout Lake County. We want to lift everyone up, encourage everyone, help market everyone. We want to get outside the county and tell people to come to Lake County and see all the exciting artists and art that we create here. We want people to feel that sense of community and be a part of it. So happy 7th year. I hope you do well, and let's go get them.
Welcome to the Art House. In 2018, we put together a youth art project to place art in public places around the lake. So we're always looking for new students to join the Clear Lake Youth Art Project to put their name on their art in a public place. The Art House partnered up with Camp Fame with Victor Hall to prepare students to perform. Let's see how they're doing. Looks like they're having some fun out there. Good job, Mr. Hall. Come join the Children's Museum of Art and Science as they do their Techie Thursday, 3 to 6. Students learn to type by touch and other graphical programs to manipulate photographs and create their own illustrations, video editing, and more. Let's see what these kids are up to.
And time for the lesson. I didn't record them. Seems like I think I should have. But look, I made my cat move. You know,
That's pretty cool.
I think I'm gonna record sounds for my cat.
Come join the Children's Museum of Art and Science on their Science Friday from 3 to 6. They're giving the opportunity for students who need community hours to join the fun by playing science teacher and teaching the other kids in the community a science experiment. If you're interested in doing so, then please contact us and put you on our calendar.
It was hard, but now it's not.
And look at Lucy's color. What color did you do? Purple?
She did, yeah, I did.
Purple's a hard color to get.
Can I help you? Yes, please. It looks like a suckle.
So you have to get it mixed up. Don't you want to touch it with your fingers? What did you call it, Michaela?
Oobleck? Oobleck?
Oobleck.
Mm-hmm. Can I have more water, please? Please.
I don't think you need more water.
I need more water.
Hi, I'm Michaela Body and this is Rihanna Rager. We're from KEC, not the Education Center. To work off our community service hours, we decided to come to the Art House. We will be teaching students advanced experiences with art and science at Lake County. Every Friday, we'll come up with new and different art and science ideas to teach the kids.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'd like to thank the Middletown Art Center for the collaboration of bringing the arts together around the lake in Lake County, California.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have like a little 15-minute break before our next speaker, so get some wine, go bid on some items, get some raffle tickets, and there's hors d'oeuvres, of course, so you can eat more too. So mosey around and I'll meet you back here in 15 minutes. You may notice that from time to time people walk in here and I give them flowers, and that's because they weren't here when I was talking, and so they have volunteered and supported MAC in some way. And again, each and every one of you who have donated or are members you're helping to make MAC a reality. It wouldn't happen without you. That's really important to remember. Thank you.